Hi everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you guys are doing really good. So anyway, I'm going to look into Ivanka's February. I thought, yeah, I'm not going to do, her older brothers. I'm just going to focus on her. I intuitively feel like there's probably more legal action going on there. At least that we might see this month. Might change next month, but for this month, this will be Ivanka's. Okay, hold on, let me drop the camera down. Okay, I'm using Ciro Marchetti's end of the century Kipper. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 rows of 7. So, 21 cards for Ivanka's February 2022. What will she be experiencing? And if she has some plans that we might need to know about, you can allow for that to be revealed as well. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to scooch these way up here. Ooh, goodness. My goodness, again. Whoa. Okay, so that is Jared. That's their whole family there. Oh, I actually have enough room. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's having a hard time. Let me make some room here. Right here in the center. Some major, and all these cards are going to be controlling her, hanging over. Cards at the bottom, she might have some control. But this is like the rules and regulations, like, tax regulations. It's also my something is official card. It's like it's the yes card in the Kipper. I'm gonna have to do it this way, you guys. Sorry, hanging in there with me. Just went through this with Trump's reading. Could only fit a certain way. Now this is, if it were Trump's reading, I would say this was her coming in, but this could be a supportive, wealthy friend. Could also be one of, it could be Tiffany. Maybe Tiffany's wedding, that coming up. My cards have gotten all... Okay. Wow. Look at that. Now, this card might not be a person at all, this privileged lady, which is usually a younger girl. It's very possible that it's a restriction on her luxury and wealth, because this card doesn't have to be, same as a wealthy man, doesn't have to be a person. It can just be a state of affairs, whereas like the guy has a lot of ambition and she has a lot of wealth and luxury. They both have wealth and luxury, but in the way that they've designed the deck with the meanings, They work in different ways to get their money, but they're wealthy, right? Privileged and wealthy. But this could be one of her brothers. This is definitely Jared. That's the only thing I can say for sure there. And she didn't show up, but she's all over this, so I didn't need to. Okay, so I don't feel drawn to the middle as much, so we'll get to that. So let's start with the first few cards here. So the gifts that are going to be given to her are gifts of poverty. It's going to, bring down her assets, and it's going to cause her to start thinking about, what do I do? Because I think the tax man's coming after her. And yeah, so reading the Four Corners, her expectation that's coming in is for some, I would say some decree of something that she's not going to like. I don't know that it's really going to like lock her up unless it were in Club Fed for tax evasion. There is that possibility. And I don't feel like this is a person. I do feel like this is, because I don't see any other cards around here that relate to like her traveling to go to Tiffany's wedding. And do we care about that? I don't think my guides would even bring in those cards, because I could give a rat's little behind for that. Who cares? But to me, this is wealth. This is her wealth and her luxury. It's also her creativity and what brings her happiness. It could be a friend. It could be a colleague that she's worked with. But all of these cards around her are not good. Other than this could be the wealth of her assets. And now she's gotten some type of maybe a subpoena or a tax bill. Man, but she's deserving it, whatever it is, because she's worked hard at it. She's definitely worked hard at it all her life. And this gift coming through her is just going to bring in this poverty where if she's not locked up someday, I don't know that it would be this month, it would have her feeling very, very restricted. This is the imprisonment card, is your own self-created prison. It's secrets from the past. She's been working to, hold on to those assets. This is her real estate holdings. The house card is her heritage even, right? Her ancestry with her father. But it is a place of, stability and security. But because it's right here next to the reputation card, and what's hanging over it, knighting up to it, is poverty, and this is going to be my stand-in for the IRS card. I don't think that this is in she's not in good standing that way anymore. So this is really bad news for her. Yeah, this is my investigation card. It can be hard to get timing with this card because it could take quite some time. But it's not we don't have the long way, pathway, whatever card. That's not here, so it's not that long. I would say within a few months, we're probably going to know like what this is all about here, this whole line here, right? And we know what it is. It's tax evasion. It's tax evasion, and it's her part in whatever she disclosed on her tax returns over the years, and it's also her part in well, maybe there's something that she did in her position when she was working for Trump. and whatever her and Jared did while they were toiling away, working in the Trump administration. And maybe some COVID funding came in for them. They didn't have to work for it. It was just like, ka-ching, right? There could be some rules and regulations that come in about that. And it would definitely, this is definitely Jared. If it's not a person here, this could be, because we can always read these cards on different levels. But on one level, I'm seeing it as Jared's ambitions and then his reputation that will be not only investigated into, but there'll be charges that are handed down. Look at that. His ambitions and the money that he took in to do nothing other than take advantage of the system is going to put him into a down patch that he's not going to like, and it brings in his entire family here. The only thing that I don't see here is any type of a divorce card with these two. But reading the four corners, she's being investigated. We know that. She's expecting some trouble around it. She's also being watched. But it is taking time, and it has to do with gifts that were given to her to abuse the system. And it's got her in a place where this is worse than the Nine of Swords. This is my, card that I labeled being tortured with worry. And, it's the worst card in the deck, like I always say. So we're talking nightmares, self-destruction, problems, maybe even some self-sabotage going on here. She's been doing it for years, unconsciously doesn't know it. There's some demand upon her to grow up. And then the mature man here, this is her father. This is her father. And maybe the major problems that she's having trouble, the serious problems that are causing her to not be able to sleep at night, have to do with all the communications of all types about her father that some people have who work in an official capacity right here. Look at how this card is official person. This is, of course, I said the IRS. This has to do with all the rules and regulations. This is also a card of political people in power. This has to do with the military even, but I don't feel the military in this. I feel like this is the January 6th committee rules that gets to the DOJ. DOJ's here. This is her heritage, her ancestry, her, what she's done in the past, and this is her reputation as a Trump person. And Jared's, he's in there too. There's that his reputation is in there. So things are going to be coming out, and it's because of her father, and she chose to jump on board that train at a young age. And at some point, if she sits in prison and thinks about it, maybe she'll figure out a way to extricate herself from him in the future. Either way, man, I can feel my heart hurting. Even though I didn't want to know how she felt, well, the card's right here. She's in a world of pain. She's in a world of pain. Look at this line. Whew. Take a deep breath and let go of that one. Man. It's like it's worse than her heart. Well, it's on the right side of my heart. I'm empathing, so it's on the right side, so that tells me it's about her father. And it's because it's the masculine side. But it's down, it's like in my core too, I can feel it. So it's worse. So it's her third and fourth chakra. So it's where she has hitched herself to his wagon, and now at this, I don't know, how old is she, 40 something, she's paying the price. So we'll see, you know, in the future if she can turn this around or not. So I don't know, you guys, if she's going to be going to jail, if she's going to be in Club Fed this month. It seems a little soon, but I can darn well say that she will be consciously aware of this trap she has put herself in, that she's not able to get out of. This could be her really trying to retreat from anything and just be at home, be quiet. I would think after that situation that in my last, not the last live stream, but the one before, was it? Oh my goodness, you guys, I lose track. We had a live stream with Strawberry Rhubarb Tarot, which is the other half of the Nasty Women Tarot. And so she came on with us, with Debbie and Lisa and I, and she brought in this juicy little tidbit. Well, somebody had a question, but it was Sharon that knew all about it. And what it was that Ivanka went to New York City. I guess she had, she drove up in an SUV, gets out, and she had all these like food boxes to deliver, as if she's, trying to, Sharon's take on it was that she was trying to reinvent herself and get out in the public. Well, she was rejected. Nobody wanted to take her food boxes, and she just kind of, skunked away like, oh man. So here, this little right here, this could be, her wealth privilege coming in, and it was rejected, and now she's like, oh man, I gotta go back to work and figure out something else because this isn't working. Her PR person made a huge mistake. And, I'm sure she paid him dearly for that. Whomever it was. Man. Yeah. I have a sinking feeling tuning into her. So yeah, right back up here. I'm looking here, but this is what I'm feeling. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't want this anymore. That's how she's feeling. She doesn't know where to go, and she's feeling lost. So I'm going to end this reading and get out of her energy because it feels awful. Okay, you guys. Thank you. Take care. Bye.